with Beer Man. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from in this beautiful fucking world? All right, so we got another Beer and Cheese Tuesday for you guys. We do, and I got this great panel here. I'd like to welcome you guys. Thank you for being here. This is Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. I can see, I know you guys' names. I don't have to look like this, like I'm trying to read your names. Bumpy Road Brewery, Thrash Live, and East Coast LQ Reviews. Beer Man. We're here to do some reviews of and do some pairing again, some beer and cheese. And this time we're doing West Coast IPAs with beer cheese of choice. So we just got Stony in here. Cheers to you, Stony man. Stone Yard Vineyards. And Thrash is first. So welcome in any chat that comes in. We're gonna go ahead and pull up the screen and get Miscellaneous up here. Cheers. And Cheryl, cheers to you, Cheryl. All right.
All right, cheers, guys. So the cheese I've got tonight is from Beemster Premium Dutch Cheese. This is their Hatch Pepper Gouda. I'm sure people seen that company. Come on, Logitech. I always say, anyways, I gotta buy a new one of those. So yeah, there's the cheese, nice yellow, buttery looking. Lots of vegetable peppers in there. I've had Hatch chili cheese before, and I think it was Gouda as well. Fantastic. This is a different brand, and these people usually make good cheese, so why not?
Nice.
All right. Yeah, and then I got something from a company I've never had anything from. This is New Orthodox. It's Old Nation Brewing Company. They're out of Williamston, Michigan. Yeah, Pale Ale Series 70 plus, West Coast. IPA, 6.8%, 72 IBUs. It says it's got Pilsner malts, oil hops or Columbus, Simcoe, Amarillo, and then dry hops with Columbus, Simcoe, and Amarillo, and Idaho 7.
Oh, nice.
Canned on 11/9/21, so a couple months, 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months, yeah. The 70 really stands out.
That looks
on the can.
pretty hazy for a West Coast IPA.
Wow. Crazy.
It's murky.
Wonder if the flavor.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, never had anything from this company, but it definitely says West Coast.
Cool. Hey, that works. Nothing wrong with that. Cool, man.
Smells good.
Smells good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No tea.
I don't. That's nuts.
That looks good. That looks really good, actually.
I hope it's dry hop. Good. It should be interesting.
All right. Thanks, Miscellaneous. Cheers, man. We got Bumpy up next. All right.
I'm back. I must sneeze a bit. All right. I'm gonna do my best to try to get this real quick. All right, we got.
Nope.
The cheese is from Roth. It is a spinach artichoke Gouda cheese.
Oh, damn.
That's
good.
It says that it pairs well with a IPA. So, all right. Here's what the cheese looks like. I started to cut it. I think a knife got stuck. But yeah, spinach artichoke in the Gouda. It looks nice. So I'll cut that up as I go along. The
Bless you.
allergies suck. I just realized that I forgot my glass out in the kitchen. I don't have it here to pour the beer, but I'll pour it later. But from Maine Beer Company, I have Lunch, which is an IPA. They classify this as an East Coast attempt at a West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
Basically. So it is a West Coast-Style IPA.
Nice.
Called Lunch. This comes in at a whopping 7% ABV. And it was just bottled on January 4th of this year. So
wow,
pretty fresh. Pretty fresh lunch.
You get that down here sometime.
I'll go get my beer glass and I'll be back.
Go get it real quick. We'll wait for you.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll mute myself.
Yeah.
He's on the way.
We'll make fun of you while you're gone, though.
At Lunch, I've seen that. Or
I've seen that. We get that down here.
yeah. Well, I haven't seen it here, but I've heard of it.
There's a couple of beers that we were getting from them, and they were just. By the time I got around to them, I was like, "Nope, I'm not buying that."
Right. How much is it? What do you remember? Like a price on that?
They weren't expensive.
Oh, okay.
$7 maybe. I don't know.
That's not bad for that bottle.
All right, you guys, seriously, wait. I thought you were just gonna move on, but all right, I'll give this a pour.
Sorry, dude. I thought it was
Yeah.
just chatting.
Try not to break the top of the bottle. I don't want a glass pouring into my beer. So. All right. So Lunch pours like this. It's got a very tight, off-white colored head. It's got this kind of egg yolky yellow a little bit. It's showing up more white on camera, but it is pretty tight, frothy and bubbly, rocky type head. It's like a mixture. It's actually hazy. East Coast interpretation of a West Coast. It's hazy. Yeah, it's got that deep
good.
orange.
0 for 2 right now on appearance.
Orange coloration, which you would usually find in like a double IPA from the West Coast. On my end, I can see through it, so it's not like New England style, which is so murky. I can actually see like fuzzy fingers. It's an unfiltered, basically, look to it. I don't know. It's not the show.
Looks nice.
That's not doing it any justice. But on my end with the light, you can see objects through it. It's just very hazy like.
Holding a fatty head.
Don't call Bumpy that.
I'm gonna start cutting my cheese.
All right, man. Cheers, dude. Thank you, Bumpy. Brian.
All right, so I did something kind of fun. The cheese I got tonight, I got at the Dollar Tree. And if it will...
Cool.
Lakeview cheese, pepper jack cheese. Excellent source of calcium, keep refrigerated, and it's good until August of 2022.
That's cool.
And here it is. So
Dollar
$1 worth of cheese looks like that. It's about half an inch thick.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's got some good flakes in there. Smells fresh. Smells like really good pepper jack. Nothing wrong with it at all. But yeah, I saw it in there and I'm going, yeah, I got to review that. That'd be fun. So yeah, this one, I did not check the date until I checked it just a few minutes ago. I didn't check it when I got it, but this is a $5 beer from Virtual Future. This is Modern Times beer. It's a West Coast IPA. It's a employee owned. Brewery. They're independent, so it's a big old plus for me. If it's got that upside down bottle on there, that means it's good. This one is made with Idaho 7 Nelson, Simcoe, and Centennial hops, 2-row, Vienna, and Carafoam malts. So let's see if this is good or not. If not, I got a fallback beer that we can go to, but we'll see. It's got a good hiss to it. Oops, coming out. Whoa!
Snap. Snip, snappity, snap.
Because I was
Just ready to get
it. Oh, it smells good.
It's active.
Let me grab something real quick before I show you it. You're doing beer reviews? Keep some paper towels around. It smells good. We'll see what it tastes like when it comes to that time, but let me wipe this down a little bit. It's got a really nice orange look to it. It is just like a torrent in there. If you look at the effervescence, it's going to town. It's got tight to loose head on it. It's white and it looks like it's falling apart a little bit, so it's getting a little soapy. Smell on it is very fruity. Getting some tropical fruits in there. It's kind of it almost smells a little hazy East Coasty a little bit on the smell. But yeah, we'll see if this works. So
looks hazy. Cool. It's a great looking beer.
You can see through it a bit.
Yeah, you can. Let that sit a while and it'll probably like clear up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Cool. Thanks, Brian. All right. Here we go. Down here.
Guys, so I got another cabbage cheese. I had the 12-month last time. This one, I have the 18-month. It says Vermont, seriously sharp, naturally aged 18 months, cheddar cheese, premium selected. A complex, wildly intense, sharp cheddar experience. So I can already tell it's very, it looks very dry and crumbly. You guys can see that all the crumbles on the, cut up a lot of it because the last one I really liked and I just kept cutting it up during the show. So I might as well just cut up a good amount so I can sit here and snack on it while everyone else is talking and stuff. The beer I brought, it doesn't straight up say it's a West Coast, but it's technically a West Coast, I believe. This is a High Ally. They're by Cigar City Brewing. They're just like they're pretty much their flagship IPA, clocking in at 7.5% alcohol by volume, 65 IBUs. It says brewed with 6 hop varieties. Doesn't actually list the hop on the can. It says the merry game of High Life provides inspiration for the citrus forward IPA with notes of clementine, orange peel, and caramel malt, creating an IPA that's both bold and approachable. If you want to check them out, cigarcitybrewing.com. It says drink fresh, do not age. It's canned on 10/19/2021. So it's about like a little bit less than 3 months. I'm sure it's still good. I've had this before, so this isn't new to me. But let's see how it pairs with this cheese. I'm going to crack it open. I got my IPA glass here. Let's go for the pour. Check out the appearance. I got to get that glass that Thrash has. I think all you guys have that glass. I got to buy that. I really like it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. Delicate, though.
Yeah, these are very thin, too, these IPA.
Oh, those are the Spiegels.
They're so thin.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Amber, clear, a little bit of a slightly chilled haze, off-white head. Poured it kind of aggressive. Well, pretty aggressive. Look at that head right there. But, yeah, I hope this pairs really well. I actually really do like this beer. As you guys can see, I got my Cigar City Brewing shirt on. This is their Guayabera. Paid like $60 for this at the brewery. I have like a little brewery tour, like the bar visit on my channel. Really liked it. But yeah, let's see how this the cheese and this beer pairs. I'm pretty excited for this one. Thanks for having me, Beer Man. Cheers, everybody.
Welcome.
Cheers,
dude.
man.
Cheers. Yeah, I love that shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, $6. That's cheap as hell.
60?
Oh, you said 60.
Yeah.
Six.
I thought
Yeah,
you said
Damn, that was really
I was like,
expensive.
damn.
Yeah, it was $60.
Still not bad. I mean, it sounds like
Yeah.
a good deal. So
It's very nice. It's very nice material. It's very.
you want to model for us? You want to stand up and like show it off? And I'm just
Got the pockets,
that's kind of cool. It's like a
stripes.
like
and
a barbershop kind of shirt.
Yeah, it does. Actually, there's 4 pockets.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does look like I'm cutting your hair or something, right?
yeah, yeah, man. Cool. All right, Tanner. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no
Thank you,
problem.
man.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. All right, so cheese first, I guess. No, let's do beer first. So the beer first, I just got it out of a Deschutes 12-pack. They had a couple new things in there. Can you guys get Deschutes? I know Brian might be able to in Denver.
Yeah.
No go over here.
Wow. Okay. They're actually not bad. They're not bad. They're out of Mount Hood, Oregon, in my neck of the woods. And this actually says West Coast IPA on it. It's a Symphonic Chronic. I think Thrash has had it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it. It's great. I just had one actually. 7.2%. And it is a West Coast IPA, of course. They're out of Bend. Did I say Bend? Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Packaged on 11/18, so 12/1, 2 months old. Yeah. Hopefully there's no breakdown in the hops starting, if anything. But that's some good smoky smoke up there. Yeah, it's weird seeing hazy Westies like that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Call them West. Yeah, it's up to the brewer, though, you know? I mean, I don't know.
Yep.
It's like, this is a nice, clear, you know, it looks great. You know, it's got a little chill haze there, but I'm sure it might clear up or so, you know, after I let it sit a bit. It's really turbid. Nice fingerhead on the pour. That smells nice. Smells good. Hoppy and kind of fruity, kind of herbal. That's nice. So the cheese I've got to pair with it is an extra sharp and rich one, cheddar from Satori. And
that is a good cheese.
Very, very good cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that'll go good. It should. Most cheddars go good with these, especially the Westies with the grapefruit and pine. So bitter kick in the back. Yeah, I like that shit. Cool, man. Let's start. Let's begin. Let's get our reviews going and bring up Miscellaneous.
All right. Yeah. So, New Orthodox West Coast IPA. I bet this is a bitter bone.
Kind of.
Dude. That's what I'm betting on. That doesn't look like a West Coast IPA. I don't care where you're from. Unless 2 months in the can, it changes into this, which I doubt. The nose is actually pretty nice. It's like bright, floral, sweet. I'm getting like definitely grapefruit, but it's subtle. It smells floral and less like fresh pine, you know, slight resinous. Doesn't smell overly bitter. It almost has a tropical thing going with it, but yeah, that's it. Head sticking around a little bit. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
I'm trying to find the banner.
You got froth on your mustache.
It is, dude. It's like a bitter bomb.
Wow.
But it's not bad. It's not overly bitter. What do they say? They have 72 IBUs. Wow. It's very...
So they adjunct malt the shit out of it.
It's like...
Give it a nice haziness.
It's...
Kept it Westy.
Yeah, it's just like a light grapefruit, slight bitter at first. Body's probably medium light, something like that. It's not too spritzy. It is easy to drink. Almost, it's It's got a loose mouthfeel, but I don't know. It's not bad. Pretty good. Actually, one of the, I guess, better West Coast that I've had, which I still don't know. It tastes like a West Coast. It's just hazy for some odd reason.
Weird.
All right, moving on to the cheese, the Beamster Gouda Hatch Chili Gouda. I can tell you one thing: the other brand that I had was a lot more aromatic, but this is a lot more buttery, nutty. It's not as vegetal up front, even though, I mean, it's pretty saturated. They got some good bits and pieces through there. So, it smells pretty good. We'll find out. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheesers.
Cheers. I'm off today. All right. There.
It's rich. It's milky. Envelops the palate. Slight tangy. Bit of, like tiny bit of sharp. It's not a smoked Gouda. But, yeah, buttery. The pepper comes in light. Like I said, it's not too vegetal. I kind of wish it was a little bit more pepper vegetal, like flavor-wise forward. Not too much heat at all to this, but it tastes really good. I'm interested to see what that bitterness is going to work with this, because I've had this cheese before, not this brand, but it's good. Good. Thrash turned me on to it, the Hatch chili. So, yeah, we're going to go beer before cheese, I guess. Cheers.
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 They kind of like cancel each other out. Beer before cheese. So we'll try the cheese. Yeah, they just kind of clashed. Just kind of brings out the alcohol, kind of brings out a little bit more spicy note out of the cheese. I would definitely say the cheese before the beer, because you have the beer, it kind of, like I said, it goes in there, it works with the vegetal note, and then the cheese kind of gets like this buttery finish, and then the bitterness comes back. You get like a nice dry, clean. It's inviting. It's pretty good. I was impressed, because when I had the cheese and then the beer, I was like, oh boy, this is bad. Not too shabby.
Cool.
Nice.
For winging it.
Cool. Nice, man. Thanks, Miscellaneous. All right. Up
Cheers,
next is Bumpy.
All right. Well, now that I can speak a little clearer, it's from Roth cheese. This is a spinach artichoke Gouda cheese. Sliced up little cubes on the other side there. This side, it seemed to be kind of lopsided as far as how much of the artichoke and spinach they put in it. So I cut up the heavier blended side. The aromas, I'm going to go with cheese first. So it's got a little bit of a cheesy smell to it, but it does have this butteriness, and I would say there's a slight hint of the artichoke. Yes, definitely artichoke, because my wife loves artichoke hearts, so we do have a lot of stuff that has artichoke hearts in it. She makes her pasta salad. It's kind of remnants of that type of smell without the dressing. There's a little bit of a this is that cheesy thing I first said. It's got this kind of, it's not sharp, but it's kind of got this little bit of a cheesy tanginess to it. But the Gouda itself is buttery. And then maybe, I don't know if the spinach has any aromas at all, but to me it smells more like artichoke than spinach. All right, bon appetit.
Cheesers.
Jesus,
Yes.
that sounds good.
Very mild flavored. It's buttery from the cheese source. It's a chewy, like as you chew it, it starts to kind of melt down, break down a bit. Just very buttery. Like, I wouldn't say that you're picking up on spinach. There is that slight little bit of an acidic type tanginess from the artichoke. A little bit. I'm gonna get one that has a lot more. This one's fully loaded. Yeah, buttery, maybe with a little bit of salt to it, with the artichoke. Spinach is in there, but I'm not tasting spinach. It's got that artichoke kind of saltiness to it. That you get with the artichoke. It has a little bit of that artichoke flavor. Very, very mild and blended in with that buttery Gouda. So, yeah. Cheese, it tastes good. But I mean, if you're looking for a big flavor cheese, this one's a softer cheese, but well blended. At least this side. The other side looks like it's going to just be butter. The beer. Bready, malt notes, caramel, orange slices, tangerine, apricot.
Here's BC.
Maybe a little bit of a spruce tip, but not a full-on pine note. All right. First sweet cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
Mhm.
This is a medium to full body IPA. Medium carbonation. Bready sweetness. A little bit of that caramel note from the malt as well. Citric. Tangerine. A little bit floral.
That sounds like how my beer tastes.
Bitterness is on the moderate side. It's not super high. It's kind of, this is more of a balanced out IPA. But there is a lingering bitterness with some of that kind of bready and caramel sweetness that does linger on as well from the malt. The bitterness does lean a bit towards pininess, but it is kind of that spruce tip type pine. It's like a balsam pine, maybe. Like it's sweeter. It's a sweeter pine. It mixes well with that kind of tangerine and orange note, but it does kind of touch on the piney finish. As far as a West Coast IPA, this is an East Coast interpretation of a West Coast IPA. So I think they mellowed out the bitterness quite a bit, but very drinkable. Very drinkable. Get a lot of flavors. It's a good mix between the malt and the hops. You get the hop flavors. You get a slight bitterness on the finish. You get the sweetness up front. It's lunch.
It's what's for dinner.
It's what's for dessert.
I'd like to try that fresh. I can find out.
Yeah, this is super fresh. What is today? The 11th?
11th.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is 11 minus 4, 7,
Oh, it's made in 2022, huh?
7 days old. Yeah,
That's a fresh ass beer, boys.
Cheesers, man.
Yeah. Shit, cheesers. Sorry.
Ooh. Oh wow, that kicks up the bitterness. So cheese before beer, getting all that salty, the salinity, that kind of artichoke type flavor from the cheese, that butteriness, and then washing it down with the beer. It really hides a lot of the sweetness out of the beer. It takes away that kind of caramel note. It almost makes it taste more like it's on the cracker side for the malts. So it really takes away from the sweetness. So I'm missing out on tangerine. It has like an acidic, like citrusy bite to it, and then the finish is amplified on the bitter end. This cheese actually makes this taste more like what you might expect for the finish of a West Coast IPA. I mean, the bitterness went from moderate to like through the roof. As my palate kind of calms down a little bit, I can still taste some of the lingering hop flavor from the beer. The tangerine type apricot note is starting to kind of fall back in place. I'm still getting some of that little bit of that artichoke note from the cheese as well. So it's blending. It's definitely changed things. It works, but the beer is better by itself overall as of doing it that way. So beer and then cheese. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers.
So that way it kind of cuts out. You get the a bit of the sweeter notes from the beer. I still had some cheese left in my mouth, so it wasn't as sweet up front as it was just drinking the beer with a more cleansed palate. But you kind of get the base of the beer of what the beer was prior, and then you eat the cheese. It's cutting out some of that buttery note from the Gouda, and kind of left with a little that kind of artichoke saltiness that just carries through with the bitterness of the beer. As I'm talking, it's actually increasing the bitterness of the beer. It kind of takes it from that kind of sweet balsamic pine note that's kind of lower, and it's amping it up a bit as I continue to go after eating the cheese. So I think that there is some sweetness that the cheese that's taking away from the sweetness that's in the beer already and just amplifying, or maybe it's the salt. Salt make beer more bitter. I thought salt took bitterness away. I don't know. But yeah, it works in an odd way. It doesn't make it disgusting either way. It definitely changes the playing field a little bit as to what you're experiencing. Just doing it, either eating just the cheese or just drinking the beer. there's this kind of mixture where it works and it changes, but still works in a different realm. But you have to be ready for bitterness for sure. With doing an IPA with this cheese, I think it definitely amplifies the bitterness of the brew. So
interesting, nice, man. All right,
Bumpy's in two universes.
Yeah, thanks, Bumpy. All right, man.
sure.
Here we go. Here is Brian next.
Ooh, cheers. Okay, I'll start off with the cheese. This is Lakeview cheese. I got it at the Dollar Tree, and it is packaged in Nevada. So Lakeview cheese products. It's 4 ounces. That ain't bad for $1, man. And I'm going to recommend it too. After chewing on a few pieces, it's actually really good pepper jack cheese. If you look at it, it's got some really good pepper flakes in there. For what you can see in the focus. There we go. There you go. See, it's packed. I mean, it's good. It's fresh. It's rubbery like pepper jack should be. I have this little ice block thing that I'm keeping on top of the cheese that keep it cold. You know how it gets when you're waiting for everyone to go through their reviews and your cheese warms up and it gets a little pliable. It turns into rock. But yeah, it comes apart really nice as, you know, a high-end pepper jack you buy in the store you get. So it really fresh smell to it. The pepper in there is really pronounced too. You can tell that they use some of the pepper juices in the cheese as well, so you can smell the heat off of it. And on the taste itself, it is really bright with the pepper. It's really nice. So let's go ahead and dive in on the cheese. Cheers, man. Cheesers.
Cheesers. That was too fast. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, go to the Dollar Tree and see if you can find this one. The reason why I came across it is that I do a lot of keto, and there's a guy that's online that goes to like Dollar Tree and different places and finds really good deals on stuff that's he's a doctor, and this is actually one of the things there that's actually very good for you. You know, he goes through and finds out what all the good things are for clean keto. So, I mean, it's not all clean keto at like the Dollar Tree. I mean, you just can't go in there and grab what you think is clean keto stuff and think you're going to get away with having clean keto. You'll get partially clean keto out of there, but this cheese is actually clean keto cheese.
I thought you said Aikido.
So on the taste, it's a very creamy, very smooth over the tongue. The pepper itself, it's very warming. It's got a really nice heat to it. Good pepper. I love hot sauce. I like that stuff. So this is in that realm of a good hot sauce, like a Tapatio or something that's kind of mild, a mild hot sauce. So going down is very smooth as well. It's not a drying cheese. It's very wet cheese, especially if you keep it cold. And that's that on the cheese. So going to the beer, this is from Virtual Future, the Modern Times beer. It's a West Coast IPA. And the date on this thing was 8/27/2020. And like I said, I didn't see the date when I bought it. And surprisingly, it's good.
Oh, good.
So,
Awesome.
I would really
we
like
did an experimentation
it was
with that.
brand new. What was that, Bumpy?
Beer Man.
Yeah, when Beer Man did that old
old
beer
beer.
series.
Yeah.
And Beer Hounds did one too, and it said it was really good. He said it was kind of
Yeah,
old. but they-
Modern Times seems to their beers
Stuff
seem to
holds
be able to
up.
they're
withstand.
sealing their cans well.
Yeah.
If you look at it, I've topped it off. I've been sucking on a little bit. You can see some of the lacing on there. It's kind of got a soap sudsy head to it. It's white. It's very clingy. It's very bright.
Yeah.
From it is still going pretty well on the effervescence.
Nice.
Very nice on the smell. Good fruit flavor. Some of the bitterness is coming through. Since the head had dissipated, it's now popping through a bit. Get those out of the way. I'm getting tropical fruits. I'm getting mango. I'm getting passion fruit. I'm getting the pininess is coming through there. It kind of balances out. You know how you get some of the hazy IPAs that are really really sweet on the nose. You're getting that, and you're getting that tart pine that's in there as well. Kind of like the bark of a pine tree almost, and the needles itself. But yeah, it's very pleasant on the nose. It's not. It doesn't smell like crap at all. It smells really good for what it's supposed to be. Let's go ahead and dive in for a drink. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Right off the bat, good piney bitterness all over the mouth. You get that oily, resinous pine, like pine tar almost, and you get the fruits that's in there. That what they use in here? They used Idaho 7, Nelson, Simcoe, and Centennial. So I'm tasting a lot of the Simcoe in this one. The maltness on here, they used Vienna, two row, and Carafoam. So they're all very light malts, and it's actually pretty balanced in between the malt profile that's in here. Let me go in for another swig here.
Cheers again.
I would really like to taste this when it's fresh. I bet this is like, I bet you it's got more sweetness in it, and the flavor hops will probably be more pronounced. The bitterness is there completely. I don't think it's hard to lose the bitterness in an IPA over time. You're using one type of hop. They used, I think, 4 in here.
Oh.
So that was very nice. Let's go ahead and try it with the cheese. I'll do the beer first and then the cheese. Cheesers.
Oh, cheesers.
Cheesers. The cheese going over the palate kind of took out all of the sweetness of the fruitness of the beer, the sweet maltiness as well. It kind of blew it away and left the mouth with the beer bitterness, but the cheese overwhelmed the beer itself from the body standpoint. So the pronounced taste that's in the mouth after the swallow is the cheese. So it's like eating a pepper jack piney IPA. You're just getting the piney bitterness from it. So I'll do the opposite. Let me do the cheese and then the beer.
Jesus.
I like this one because you can mix them better, because you can get the cheese going first.
Yeah, I like cheese before beer.
You can swish cheese.
Well, that's wild. So it's very creamy at the beginning. As soon as you get past the mid mouth and you start going, when it starts to swallow, you get the pepper flakes that are in here mixing with the bitterness of the pine needles. Is kind of, they play on each other, where you get a heat, and it's like eating having a piece of habanero and then putting pine needles in your mouth. Chew on some pine needles at the same time. Not as intense. It's very minor to medium on there. but they do play well with each other. It's not gross at all. It doesn't really cancel each other out. They kind of work with each other, I think, more than anything. So yeah, let me think about this, and we'll see what we come up with. Cheers.
I'm impressed the flavors are in that. That's great. Cheers,
Yeah,
dude.
me too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I
Gotta waste
stand by
some money.
100 times rocks, dude. I like them.
Yep,
Thanks, Brian.
legit.
Right on. Yeah, that's good. I haven't had that. So,
Woohoo!
all right.
You can
Cheers,
probably find
man.
it on the West Coast somewhere.
Yeah, I've got to be able to. I mean, you're close enough to me. So,
All right, so
cheers,
the cheese
Tanner.
I got, the Cabot, seriously sharp, 18 months cheddar cheese. One of my noses is a little stuffed up. It's like 15 degrees over here, leaving work at
Jeez.
5 a.m., so a little congested. I was trying to smell the pieces of cheese itself, but I was getting a way better aroma off the package itself. It's got that like sharp cheddar, a little bit of like some funk, a little bit of nuttiness, a little bit like sour note. It smells really good. It reminds me of the other one. I think this one has a little bit more of that sour note to it and a little bit more funk than the 12 month. But yeah, actually I haven't even taken a bite yet. I've been waiting until I popped up. But it's actually pretty. It's drying out. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's very like crumbly and like flaky. I think I'm more. I like more of the like drier cheeses, the more moist cheese. I don't really enjoy the texture as much as the drier ones. But yeah, let's try the cheese out. Cheesers, everyone.
Cheesers.
Cheesers.
Forget the moist button.
Moist.
Moist.
You gotta find it.
It's probably gone.
Very dry. That sour, tangy note.
Sorry, Tanner.
No, that's fine. Yeah, nuttiness. Very dry. Very dry. This actually might even be, maybe it's because it's been sitting out, but I think this is a little bit drier than the reserve cheddar, the Kerrygold. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of the nuttiness as well. But yeah, for the most part, just very dry, this tangy sour note. It's almost one of those cheeses you need to drink something. So yeah, it's very dry. It's kind of like you're sitting there and you kind of have to chomp on it because how dry it is. The beer, High Lie, they're pretty much their flagship IPA on the aroma. With this one, I always get a lot of like the caramel malt, very citrusy, like a brisket, biscuity, bready, doughy note with this one. Like orange, lemon, tangerine, a little bit of mango, just like a little bit of like pine hop resin. This is very like fruity rather than like dank and hop, that hop resin bitterness. But yeah, let's try it. Cheers.
Jesus.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Shit, I'm looking for it.
So I do always really enjoy this beer. It's more of a like a sessionable West Coast, even though it is 7.5%. Not a strong bitterness, but there's like a decent bitterness. If I would have to say hop cones, I'd say like 3.5 out of 5 hop cones. The sweetness would probably be like 3.5 because you do get a lot of the caramel malt. Yeah, very bready, doughy, grapefruit, and very citrus forward up front. A little bit of tropical flavor. I think that's kind of what they're going for, is more of the citrus forward, sweet caramel, bready, a little bit of bitterness. I'm sure they sell a lot of this at their brewery. So like I said, this is more of like a sessionable West Coast IPA. Can't taste the 7.5% booziness. Easy drinking with that sweetness. Not too dry, not too bitter. Let's go for cheese before the beer. Get a nice chunk.
Cheesers.
Cheezers.
Free for all.
Free for all.
All right, so the caramel, like I said, there's a lot of caramel malt with this. So the caramel does a good job cutting through that dryness. This cheese is, I think I'd like the Kerrygold, the 2-year, a little bit more. This is very dry, but I do that sour note is enhanced, but it does work very well with the caramel. The breadiness does a good job as well. I think it pairs very well together. I think I would like this with like a little bit more of a New England, something a little bit more fruity, tropical. I think it works very well though, and like I said, the beer itself is not too filling. It's more of a sessionable IPA. And with a cheese like this, you kind of need something like that because if you had like a super bitter, maybe even like if you had like a double IPA, I think it would be a little too intense on the dry aspect. You might actually have to drink some water. But the flavors work very well together. I do enjoy it. Like I said, the cheese, very sour, tangy, nutty. But it's just like you just have to sit there and chew it to get it to go down, you know. But yeah, this High Life, this is a great beer. If you guys haven't had the High Life, I would recommend trying it out. It's very good. If you want something it's not like the High Life itself is not like a mind blowing beer. It's not like, whoa, all these crazy flavors, you know, but it's very citrusy forward, lots of sweetness, balanced. I will say it's not overly bitter, it's not overly sweet. It's like liquid bread, you know. It's got that big bready flavor to it. Let's try the beer before the cheese. Honestly, I think the cheese, it's going to be a little hard putting the cheese down because this is one of those cheeses you need to wash down with a nice IPA or something, you know. So let's try it though.
Cheesers, man.
Cheezers. I was blocking Verf Fight. Okay, sorry.
God damn those Russian bots.
Yeah.
They're persistent.
Like I said, the cheese is very dry, but I think it kind of enhances the fruity notes. Like the citrus is enhanced by the cheese. Maybe it's because of that the sourness of the cheese. It's actually not as dry and bitter as I thought it would be. But it's good. I think both ways is pretty good. I would say that I do like the cheese before the beer. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'd like to try their 2-year. I believe they have a 2-year. I believe they have a 3-year and a 5-year. I'd like to try those. But yeah, it's not bad. I think I do like the Kerrygold 2-year over this one, but the cheese is very good. I also think maybe if I put this in the fridge and open it up, cut some on the board, eat it right away, it probably won't be as dry. It's been sitting out for a little bit. And I also got the way my desk is set up, I actually have a vent underneath me, and that's where the heat comes from. So it's just all that warm air is coming up right underneath my legs, you know, right in front of me. So I'm sure that's kind of why. Yeah, it's like that brittle, easy. It's like crumbly and flaky. But I do like it. I will. I would like to have some crackers. I think the Townhouse crackers The butteriness from those townhouse crackers would work really well if I did like this same pairing. I think the butteriness of those crackers, along with the caramel malt in the high lie, I think that would make this pairing even better. But it's really good. I'll come up with a rating, and yeah, cheers everybody. Jesus.
Nice.
Cheers, man.
Dude. Cheers and cheers. Prost and slancha. All right. Cool, man. Man, we got some good
And
peeps.
long
in the
live
house here.
Alonzo Morning.
What? All right. Hey, cheers to Paul and Middle Fruit and Rod J, Beer Ventures, Anunnaki, the One, and there's so many others. Dickie's in here. We got our Russian friends. Hold on, I need to block you too. What the hell? You old bastard. Okay, I can't even block you. Okay, fine. Anyway, cheers to the chat, man. Cheers to the panel. You guys have been putting on some interesting things here. Some cool, delightful looking beers and cheese mixers. So it's yeah. Let's see what mine's like. Let's go into the beer. I couldn't get much off of this. I was trying. I think it's my soap on my hands. I was trying to not distract any of my aromas, but
It's your clean beard.
God, I can't get anything. It's not. Okay, we're getting a sweet malt, like a sweet malt caramel honey kind of thing, but not. There's also a nice little like grapefruit pine thing coming out. Grapefruit pine. I can't get anything else. It's like grapefruit pine. There's a little herbal thing going on though. I can get a little herbalness, a little hoppy resin thing. Yeah, let's get into it. So looking at it, I never really explained the look of it. It's probably like a light amber kind of color or a honey gold look, at least in my light. It's got a good effervescence in there. It's really lifting pretty nice with like a medium fast rising bubble. And the head, I mean, it's leaving a good resin. For those of you that didn't see what I have Deschutes Chronic IPA, Symphonic Chronic at 7.2%. I don't know the IBUs, but yeah, nice white head. It looks very clean. It's still got that haze though. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the way they fermented it or whatever, how they packaged it. I don't know. Could be anything, I guess. But in the process, but a nice looking beer, good lacing. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers, dude.
It's soft, a soft mouthfeel. That creamy head's really billowy in the mouth, kind of softens out any carbonation. So you're getting more of a medium low carbonation. The mouthfeel is or the body is kind of a medium body. It's got a good body though. I mean, looking from the head to the effervescence, everything, it's got a really nice mouthfeel and body. So that says a lot. These guys, I can't believe you guys don't get Deschutes. That's weird. I thought it's really, I'm gonna have to send you guys some Deschutes now. Yeah, it's really good. Goddamn.
I think I got one of their beers. I bought it from something off the internet.
Oh, okay. Probably a bigger one, like a bomber, or I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, it's got a chalky rim on the tongue. I'm getting that chalkiness all around the tip of the tongue to the back. A nice bittering kind of feel. It's actually pretty soft with the bitterness. I've had some that are very, very, very whoa, like you just can't. That it grips you. You're like fuck. But this one's real soft. It's real nice and easy to drink. There's no alcohol or anything like that. It's I mean, there's alcohol, 7.2, but I mean, it's got all its flavors. There's more than just grapefruit and pine though. It has that resiny bite of pine in the back with that citrusy kind of grapey rind thing, or grapefruit rind. Even the actual fruit of it, just the whole grapefruit's coming through. I want to say there's some pear in this. Pear and honey, a little honey bite. Maybe a little tangerine, nectarine kind of feel, but nothing crazy. It's more of like a citrus than anything. But I mean, and you're getting the caramels. You get that nice little caramel bite from the sweetness of the malt. That. It's just very nice. It's very well rounded, very, very structured. It's structured very well. So going to the cheese, let's smell it. So got the I got the Sartori extra sharp cheddar. Yeah, and that's what it looks like. It's a breaker. It breaks, crumbles. Smelling it. It's got a nice, subtle, soft, creamy, salty, kind of milky vibe to it. It's so cheddary and nice. It almost has like a. No, I don't want to go there. That's cheap. I was gonna say Velveeta like cheddar or something like that, but no, it's better than that. It's got that. I shouldn't have put soap on my hands. Damn it. Hold on. Yeah, now I'm smelling cardboard from that thing. All right, let's get this. Let's break it some more. Get into it. Yeah, it's a salty, creamy, milky kind of thing. It's just, it's nice. It smells good. Let's eat it. It's soft. It's not hard. It's not real hard. It's kind of a medium firm. It's pretty dense. It's got that saltiness, but it's very well balanced with the kind of a tart kind of There's like a tart salt thing coming out. It's real milky and cow milky. Ooh, I get that condensed milk in the back in the finish. That's nice. I really like that. It's real rich. It's a very rich cheese. All right, so we already did that. Let's just go and eat one more, and we'll do cheese before beer. And get the rest of these crumbles. It's really crumbly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got flakes and crumbles all over my board here.
I didn't get that in there. Yeah. It's not the kind of cheese that makes you want to drink. It's actually a savory cheese. It's really nice. So you're like cool if you don't drink anything with it, but it's really nice to have that wet. That really breaks it down. That piney kind of grapefruit citrus really breaks down. It breaks down the cheese and helps you kind of swallow it. And it also works well with the flavors of the cheese as well. I'd like to get some more cheese into that. That didn't work. That didn't sound right. Some more cheese in me.
Yes, sir.
All right. It's really hard to mush around quickly. I'm trying my best. Slight nuttiness to that cheese as well. Oh, yeah. No, it just works. It really coincides well with it. It just kind of blends. It just, boom. It's like magic. It just kind of works well. It's like you got that salty, and then you got this wet, sweet, caramely kind of hoppy, resinous, piney grapefruit that just works well over this creamy, like saltiness. It's really nice. All right. Beer before cheese. Hold on. Sorry if that sounded gross.
We're men. We can handle it.
I like it. I let my water sit out a while to get the chlorine out of it. So fucking city water.
All right. Cheesers.
Jesus.
Don't touch your mouth.
Oh, we did cheese again before beer. That's good.
I was gonna go through the whole thing again.
I love it so much. It's so great. Well, get that down.
Damn amateurs.
All right, it's your show.
All right, hold on. All right.
Don't do it again.
All right. So good.
I've already gone through my board. I got a couple. I got flakes falling off.
Yeah, it's hard to not eat. This smothers the fire. It takes the beer away. I'd rather have cheese before beer because you can get that through your mouth and really get all the flavors of that cheese, and then wash it away with that beer, and it just kind of blends good. So I'd rather have that. Beer before cheese smothered the beer, so I can't really taste that anymore. But yeah, cheese before.
I agree. I had a similar thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, here we go again. Let's go. Let's go to miscellaneous.
All right.
Oh, no.
So let's start with the beer, right? I guess Beer Man will be back. Probably hit the wrong button. So yeah, for this new Orthodox, God, these white can labels and the terrible Logitech cameras. There we go. Yeah, West Coast. First thing I'm going to say about this beer, it did not look like a West Coast IPA at all. It looked like a New England. So obviously got to hit it for appearance. I mean, it was a bit that did have like a tropical fruitiness to it, but it wasn't like New England. Like it was subtle floral sweetness to it. But it was more of, like I said, like a hop bomb, and it did taste very fresh. This beer's only 2 months old. First thing I've had from this company. It tastes good. It did have a bitterness quality to it. It tasted nice and fresh. 72 IBUs. Wasn't the bitterest beer I've had at that range. I think I've probably had higher beers that weren't as bitter, but moderate. I definitely think if you poured this for somebody and you said, what do you think that beer is? They'd probably tell you just on appearance it would be a New England IPA. Other than that, it wasn't too bad. It does make me nervous about this company if that's what their West Coast IPA looks like. But experience wasn't too bad. So I guess score on the beer. Damn, I don't know how much to take off for that. I'll put it at an 83. I'm gonna hit it just for appearance.
83.
You know,
Nice.
It didn't really seem the part as a West Coast, but was a drinkable beer. I don't think it's a terrible product. I think it's mislabeled for sure. If that was the case, it'd get a much higher score, but I don't think that's. I'm knocking it big for appearance. The cheese, the Beamster Hatch Chili Gouda, that came in pretty good, pretty quick. This is good. I definitely think Yancey's Fancy's Hatch Chili cheese was better than this, but this was still really good. I just think it was a little bit more mild. Did bring on it did bring on some heat. You could feel it. If you had too much of this cheese, it could give you a hard time, but not overall really spicy. Definitely cheese before beer with this, because I had a similar thing to Beer Man. You eat the cheese, or no, you drink the beer and then you eat. What the fuck? Yeah,
Eat the cheese and then drink the beer.
yeah. Mine came out better that way, so I guess I had it wrong. But yeah, that was my opinion. The other way smothered it. I had the beer, ate the cheese. It just smothered the cheese. So yeah. Cheese, I'd buy it again. I'd probably put it at a 95. Not my best Hatch chili cheese that I've had. I've had a couple of them. But pairing wise, it worked out all right. I'd probably put around an 89. 90, probably 89. I don't think it's an A match, or maybe just a different type of Hatch chili cheese and maybe a more West Coast IPA. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. That was the damn haziest New England looking West Coast beer I've ever seen.
I know. It freaking confused me. But it had the sense of West Coast, so it's all good,
that's
man.
the only reason I bought that, and it was new, and I had never had anything from them. So
I think
cool.
how many you? I think what you and Thrash both had beers that kind of looked hazy, or was that?
Yeah. Kinda.
Yeah.
Mine's just opaque. It's not as hazy as his was.
I thought West Coast had to be filtered. Is that not
No,
a thing?
no, I don't have to be
Hey,
filtered.
all right, Miscellaneous. Let me get Brian up here.
Oh no. Go
Oh
ahead, keep
no,
going.
but I was gonna say like some of them. It's crazy because a lot of people are saying like hazy West Coast style Westies, and it's like some of them are a little more on the bitter. From what I've seen, are more bitter than others, so they do have that presence of a Westie, West Coast style. But
I know what you mean. They look like New England's, but they're hot bomb. They're bitter
Yeah.
bombs.
yeah.
And
Yeah, they don't
I've
have-
experienced that. And you're like, oh, this looks like it's going to be like a juicy New England. And you're like, wow,
Right.
that's
Just brewer
polar
preference, I
opposite.
guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
or what they do with it.
It's a good dry hopping and freshness and all that. Yeah, dude.
Right.
Yeah, because usually especially on the actually both styles, for the secondary hopping, it's gonna cloud the beer up anyway.
True.
The only thing that's gonna take that away is time. If you can give it enough time to fall out without filtering it,
Right.
But that doesn't make sense because they're there to sell products, so they're gonna push it out.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah.
True.
Bumpy,
welcome,
you ready to
Brian.
go?
All
You
right.
want me to go on your
Oh,
place?
and it's not Thrash. I thought it. Oh my
No, it's
god.
Bumpy.
Oh, it is
Bumpy
Thrash.
time.
Oh, it is Thrash. Who's next? It's
Bumpy.
Thrash. Bumpy.
Bumpy.
Oh shit.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to say the same thing no matter what.
Fuck.
Um,
I'm sorry
Let's
about that.
go
Man.
with cheese first. Yeah. So this Gouda cheese from Roth Cheese, spinach artichoke. It's a nice cheese. Thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of times, if I'm gonna eat a Gouda cheese, I want it to be smoked because Gouda is a very kind of buttery, bland cheese by itself. And a lot of the times, the smoked Goudas are what most people go for. I think personally, on my own experience, I'd prefer a smoked Gouda over any bland ass regular Gouda. So what they did with this, adding the spinach and the artichoke to it worked awesome. It brought the flavors of the salty artichoke, spinach. I mean, I can't tell you that I was smelling or tasting spinach in it. It was probably bringing something to the party, if not just there for extra green coloration mixed within. But it had a good buttery note to this Gouda. It was a nice buttery Gouda base, and then that salinity, the kind of whatever tanginess or whatever from the artichoke, besides that saltiness, was there. It just had good flavors. I ate all the cheese except for what I gave to my dogs because I needed to give my dogs some good cheese too. So
Get them
I would
constipated.
have just eaten it all myself. Yeah, but they deserve some good cheese once in a while. Good cheese. I'm gonna give it a 96 out of 100.
Very nice.
It's one of those
It
ones.
sounded good.
I would buy this again and doing Thanksgiving or something. When it was one of those like things that you have people over and you just have like a charcuterie board thing going on. This could definitely be up there and be a presentable cheese for sure. It would
unique.
It would mix well with any of the meats or the crackers or whatever that's going on. It's a nice cheese. 96 out of 100. Lunch IPA from Maine Beer Company. It's a good beer. Enjoyed it. Lots of good flavors. It was a nice blend between decent malt notes, hoppiness, like hop flavors, and also a nice bitterness that melded well with the upfront maltiness and stuff of the beer. Just a well balanced, well blended IPA, but it does let you know it is an IPA, which is nice. I'm drinking. I'm like, wow, it's almost like a classic style, you know. Pretty decent. As far as they go with calling, I'm just gonna bring up the. This is what they say on Untapped. This is actually from Maine Beer Company because they say our. So our East Coast version of a West Coast-Style IPA, intense hop flavors and aromas of tropical and citrus fruits and pine dominate. A subtle malt sweetness brings the beer into balance. So, for the most part, what I said about this beer, I think pretty much matches up with that. I was talking about tangerine, citrus notes, apricot, a sweeter pine, more balsamic than super piney. I mean, it's all there. So, plus it, like I said, it is a well balanced out IPA. Malt sweetness with some of the sweeter bread notes, a little bit of the caramel malt type thing going on. Yes. So what they're saying this beer is what this beer is. As far as being like an exact thing of what a West Coast IPA might be, originally represented by, with extreme malt sweetness plus extreme bitterness, typically citrusy, sometimes like orange, grapefruit, and then pine, but like extreme bitterness. It's a little different. It is a little different than what you typically think of as a West Coast IPA, but definitely not a New England IPA, even though it did have that kind of unfiltered haziness to it. Definitely not clear, but still nice. It's nice overall. I'm gonna give Lunch a 95 out of 100.
Well,
They gave
Wow.
it on Untapped like a 4.13, 4.18
That's
out of
pretty
5
good, actually.
is what it scored out
Not
of
tough.
215,184.
Right?
Actually, there's 407,037 total people that have chimed into this beer, and scoring a 4.18 on Untapped. I'm giving it a 95 out of 100, which I'm not sure where that falls into that whole 5 range, but it's a good beer, and I highly recommend it. You won't be disappointed if you're out to lunch and you order a lunch. I think it's a good,
or have it for
a good
dinner
beer
or
that would pair up with any meal. Meal. Meal.
Is that email?
Meal. Females
so
as
cute.
well.
Yeah.
As far as the pairing goes, it went well. Maybe I think this cheese it does state right on the packaging that it would pair with an IPA, and I think I think that this one paired fairly well. It did change the flavors of both the beer and the cheese together with the pairing, but it wasn't grotesque. It worked. So I'll say the pairing worked well. Uh, I do think that like a true West Coast, like a super bitter, yet still malt forward brew would probably work even better with this cheese, just because the way that like it made the sweetness from this beer kind of obsolete, and it brought out the bitterness. So I think if you have something that's already super bitter, it's not going to change it too much. Uh, so I think that it would pair probably a bit better with maybe like something from Beer Republic. I think the Beer Republic Racer 5 would go splendidly with the Roth Gouda with spinach and artichoke. So,
Oh, yeah, man.
or an undead pale ale from Three Floyds as well. That might go really well with this cheese, like even better than lunch.
Do they have a dinner?
They do have a dinner.
They do, and a breakfast too, right? A stout, maybe, or
I don't know if they have a breakfast.
Yeah,
I know they have
is
3
on.
different
they
cuts
have
of
a
that
midnight
bottle.
snack.
Yeah,
Lunch.
lunch. It's named after a whale that they noticed that had a bite taken out of one of its fins. So they named it lunch.
All right,
Half eaten.
cool.
They have lunch, dinner, and supper.
Oh, supper. Okay, that's what they call
I
it.
know, I've seen 3 different versions of that bottle. I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
dinner's
They
lunch.
might have.
See, lunch was like this was one of those beers where it's like you couldn't find it. This was one of those. Hey,
Do we get
everybody,
that
here's about
down
lunch,
here?
and it's like go look for it. You can't find it. It's like sold out all the time, and now it's one of those beers where it's like you find it sitting on the shelf, and you get it, and you're like, yeah, it's good, but as
The
hyped as it
label's so
was,
plain.
is it really that? It's not a perfect 100% score. It's a good IPA for sure. It's up there, stays up there. I think it falls under like what you might get, like the double hearted
Yeah,
IPA. It's just like a classic style that is finally available to the masses, and yeah, it's good.
with the classic label too. I mean, it's so plain,
Yeah.
but it's so elegant at the same time. It's like, oh, that looks pricey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, would I stand in line for 2 to 3
No.
hours for lunch? No.
No, oh yeah.
Back in the day, were people
No,
doing
because
that?
then it'd
Yeah.
be dinner time.
Right.
Yeah.
Supper.
Yeah.
All right, Bumpy man.
So that's
Thank
it. That's
you.
all I gotta say.
Right on. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, now it's Thrash's
Well, I'm
time.
done sneezing.
Oh,
I
shit.
love my IPAs. All right, we'll go first with the cheese. Lakeview cheese, pepper jack cheese from the dollar store. $1 for 4 ounces. And for what it is, that's a pretty good price point. And the cheese itself was pretty yummy too. It was comparable to what you can get at any of the major grocery stores, or even like a Sprouts or a Natural Grocer area. So I was very happy with it. The score on it. Well, let me go through a little bit. It had a lot of pepper flakes in it, which was what I like in the pepper jack. If you're gonna do a pepper jack, make a pepper jack. You got to have the pepper in the pepper jack. So with that said, and the cheese being nice, creamy, it wasn't dried out. There was nothing wrong with it. It fell within the realms of what you buy everywhere else. So for $1, price points there for the amount and the taste and everything, I'm going to give it a straight up 95 on it. It's really good cheese. If you go into Dollar Tree, it's worth $1 to get. I mean, I got another one. I bought 2 of them. I knew it was going to be good because the guy that I watched review it, he liked it too. So I'm going, well, let me try it. So I bought 2.
Yes.
I bought 2. I mean, it's $2. So
Yeah, exactly.
Modern Times beer from Virtual Future, the West Coast IPA, even though the date was way the hell off. Like I said, I want to try this fresh. The beer that I drank today, it's a definite B, but I'm not going to give it too high of a B because I don't know what this tastes like fresh. So I don't want to go overboard with it, but it was very tasty. It fulfilled the IPA palate that I'm used to, because the IPAs and pale ales are my forte. I'm going to get it an 85. So nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with this one. I just want to try a fresh one. So I'll go back and see if I can find a fresh one at the same place I got that from. They sold that. That was a single can. So it was in the single can area. So I should have looked at the top because I had to actually wash the damn thing. It had, you could tell it had been sitting for a while. So,
Oh, jeez.
so I was like, oh,
Damn,
well,
that's
I
crazy.
cleaned that off.
Oh damn.
So together,
Oh damn.
yeah, I know. Next time I'm not going to be so in a hurry to get out
I
of there.
did it today. I bought an old
I
IPA today.
hate that. Hate it when that happens.
I drain poured one the other night. Yeah, it sucks. It was a good thing it was a single though.
Yeah, that's well. The thing is this thing? It's a pint and 3.2 ounces. This thing was $5. So
Yeah, that's
I was
funny.
praying that it would taste it halfway decent, and I didn't waste my money, which was good.
Mhm.
Together, the beer and the cheese, people were talking, doing the cheese first, and get that enveloped in your palate before you drink the beer. I think if you really taste you taste the blend, if you want to call it that, in your mouth, and you go through the whole that sensory profile throughout the whole drink, and then eating it. And I was pretty happy with it. The bitterness stayed with it, with the beer, and some of the fruitness from the IPA itself stayed with it as well. It didn't lose any of the pepper from the cheese, and the softness and the creaminess of the cheese kind of, I don't know, made it kind of like a nice wet slide on the way down. You know what I mean? It really it turned out to be a very good experience doing it that way. Eating or drinking the beer and then having the cheese. The beer's already down, so you have the cheese in your mouth, and all you're doing right then and there is, with an IPA, you're pretty much washing away everything but the bitterness. So together the other way, I would give this 96. It was up there. It was pretty cool having all of those flavors where it didn't really wash anything away. It was cool. The bitterness and the pepper, and just the moistness, and just the cheese. It just went together. So I was happy with it. Very happy.
Nice.
So
Excellent, man. Oh, that's great. I'm sure. I think it's wonderful that you only paid $1 and it came out being pretty damn good. So
paid an arm and leg for that. So it made
everyone
up
go to
for it.
Dollar Tree now.
I'll have to see if I can find a fresher one, like I said.
Oh, the beer, yeah. They're great. I have had some fresh ones from them, and they're pretty superb in my opinion. So
cool, man. Thanks for having me.
Brent. Thank you, man. Thank you, Thrash. All right, let's get Tanner up here.
All right. So for the cheese, for a rating for the cheese, I think I'm going to give it like a 93 out of 100. With that being said, I think I typed into the private chat. I was saying it to you. I think Bumpy was going. I get a lot of the salt as well. So it's very salty. The one thing that kind of threw me off about the cheese itself is I think the tangy sour note and the dry aspect of the cheese is a little overpowering. I'd like to pick up a little bit more of the other flavors. I feel like I kind of like the 12-month a little bit more than this, but it's still a very good cheese. As you guys can see, I pretty much had this whole board covered with cut slices. Finished it, ate it all. I actually went to put one in my mouth and it fell out of my mouth and I dropped it on the ground. That was a little disappointing. Yeah, the cheese is very good. As far as the high life for a rating on the high life, I'm gonna give the high life like a forgot what I rated on my channel, but I'm sure it's gonna be rated around the same. The highlight I had today, so a little bit less than 3 months. I believe I paid $10 for a 6-pack. Very good price. Highlight, in my opinion, is more of a sessionable West Coast-Style IPA. It's not extremely bitter. It's not like mind-blowing with fruity flavors and some good tropical notes, because some West Coast, they have a lot of that citrus, fruity flavor, but you also sometimes you can pick up a little bit of those subtle tropical notes. But this highlight, um, it's very well balanced, easy drinking, and I think that's why it worked very well with the cheese. So for the cheese pairing, I'm gonna give it like a 96. I think it worked very well together. Um, Either way you go, like I said, the cheese before the beer, the beer itself, that caramel sweetness does a great job, kind of rounding out that sour, tangy note and the dryness of the beer with the sweetness of the caramel. And then the other way, beer before cheese, the sour note of the cheese works really well with the fruity, citrusy flavors of the beer. What did I say? I said 96 for the pairing, right?
Yeah.
96. So yeah, I recommend trying this. Honestly, I would probably say it's very hard because I tried that. I think the was it the first? It might have been the first cheese that I brought on your show was the Kerrygold Reserve Cheddar. I think that was the first one, and it's very hard to compete with that one. I feel that is a very good
Great
cheese.
cheese. Yeah.
I will always rant and rave about that one until I find something that's better. Cabot does make a 3-year and a 5-year, so maybe those blow the Kerrygold 2-year out of the water. I don't know. I'd like to try them one day. I'd like to pick them up. But yeah, this is with a cheese like this, the seriously sharp. It's got that dry note, and the tangy note. I think if you were to use like a double IPA or something very bitter, I think that it would be a little too dry, and you actually have to drink like a bottle of water or something, because of the dryness of the cheese. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really cool. I love doing these pairings. I'd like to try some IPAs with some other stuff like a Gouda or something, because I believe actually no, I don't think no. The first one, no, that was the second one was the Kerrygold, because the first one I brought was the Cracker Barrel Gouda. What did we do with that?
Cracker Barrel.
The first one. What was the first one that I was on? That was at least.
Well, you did the Christmas one.
Imperial Stout.
Was it an Imperial Stout? Oh yeah, that's right. The Malasada, was that the one I tried with that? Malasada Stout. That might have been the one I did with the
Yeah,
Gouda.
the pastry stout.
Yeah. Okay.
Cinnabon.
So yeah, I'd like to try a cheddar with a different style beer, because I'm pretty sure I've only done cheddars with IPAs.
Oh, do it. Yeah, that's what this is all about. I mean,
And I'd like to try an IPA with a different style of cheese. So
yeah, like totally mix it up. Like most of the companies that are out, or excuse me, the websites will like discuss like what goes good with things, and they're just going off of what one person said. It's like, no, totally mix that shit up. Put a goat cheese with something weird. Yeah.
try some other stuff.
Yeah.
Be adventurous.
Be adventurous, man. That's a great motto.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Thanks for
man.
having me here, man. This
Dude,
is
of course, man. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks,
no
Tanner.
problem.
Cheers, dude. All right, man. All right, we're on an hour and a half. Jesus. All right. Jesus. All right, so I poured a New England style, and it goes pretty good with the cheese too. But there's a hazy for you. Kind of looks like it's I'm just kidding. I haven't had their beers in quite some time. Actually, they do sell them at our grocery store. The beer was very nice. Actually, I found it being a very good one because it didn't have that sharp bite in the back of pine. It wasn't crazy sharp and pointy and like bitter. I just can't. Sometimes that gets a little too much. It's really nice when it rounds off a bit and balances off. It had a nice balance between the malts, the sweetness, the caramel, the honey, and then the grapefruit, the resinous kind of grapefruit hoppy kind of piney bite. So it was really good in my opinion. I do like West Coast IPAs. Sometimes they get a little snappy. So I'm from this area and I gotta love them. So I'm supposed to. but I like New England's better. I went blurry. Damn it, stupid camera. All right. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna talk.
You're number one.
So I'll give this beer overall just good body, good mouthfeel, good finish, good look to it, good head, good retention in the head, good lacing, just a nice color overall, nice flavors. I'll give it a 94 out of 100. Yeah, I think it's definitely A class, and I hope you guys can get some to shoot soon. They're interested. They've been around a long time. Jeez,
Yeah,
they've been a long time. Still blurry. And the cheese was great. It was, it's a fantastic cheese. It's actually probably one of their better ones. As Bumpy was saying, it's phenomenal cheese. It really is. It's just got that nice, crumbly, kind of salty, tart, kind of almost even a slight nutty, cheddar feel to it. And it didn't have the dyes in it. It wasn't all yellow. It was a straight, like, single fucking malt style kind of cheese, nothing added. And it's just really good. So get a Sartori. I'll give that a 90, 97. We'll just say 97 to be on the mean side, but it really deserves 100. And together, cheese before beer for sure. No, I'm not even going to rate the beer before cheese. You got my expression there. But the cheese before beer was really good. It really melded well with everything. All the flavors of the beer mixed in really well with the salty kind of tart cheese that I mentioned. So it's just a very good feeling altogether. It washed down the cheese that was smothering my mouth, and it was just it was like you were waiting for that Westie to come into your mouth. That sounded fucking terrible. All right. Jesus, Westie, start coming in my mouth. No, but very good. God, push that aside. But a blended. I try not to laugh, dude. A blended score on that would be. What did I say? Did I give? No, I didn't do a blend. We'll just go 97 on that. 97 on the blend.
wow.
I think it was a really good mixture. So, yeah, man, let's open it up. Let's get our shouts out, and let's get to the back end and start partying a little bit. Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna let's put it where it should be.
It's like, I didn't know that was gonna be.
Actually, well, I had Bumpy going before Brian, so I'll just leave it like that. There we go.
I'm already starting to party.
All right,
Really?
sweet.
Bumpy, the after party. He is an after party.
Excellent, man. That's why we love you, man.
So, yeah, Thursday is going to be another Thursday night beer session. Going to have another, probably 4 products. ABV doesn't matter, apparently, after last week, but the all Imperial everything episode. So, yeah, I think I've got it down. Yeah, so check that out Thursday, 8:00 Eastern. That'll be on my channel. And yeah, you can always check out my Instagram, same handle. See more things that I'm drinking that I don't always do reviews on. So, yes, I think that's pretty much it.
Are you? Yeah. So this week you're doing your the four beers.
Yeah.
Okay, on Thursday. Cool. And you were you thinking about doing the other thing as well, or is that in the open?
Yeah, I'll get with you guys more off air.
Nice, brother.
Trying
All right.
to see if we can get something organized instead of do like a spring up thing.
Later.
You'll have time. Yeah. So, yeah, that was fun. It was just cool, like a hangout and just drink some beer or listen to some music. It is what it is. I don't know.
I did like
got
the
a pretty
music.
good reaction off of it. Like, did good on the analytics. So, yeah. Other than that, I do have something else I'm thinking about. Maybe panel oriented, maybe not so much beer reviews, but I don't know. I like to kind of keep it open.
Good.
Switch it up.
Yep.
So
Spontaneous. It's the best.
yeah.
Yep. Spontaneity. Yes.
It just depends on people's schedules. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it. I think John and Ellie's. I don't think he's doing Stout Sunday this week. I think it's on Ron Terrier's channel. That's what I heard. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Which would be 10:30 Eastern Sunday a.m. Stouts and porters.
Stouts and porters.
Oh my! Hell yeah!
All right. Well, thanks, Miscellaneous. Bumpy, you're next, man. Go for it.
All right. Yeah, I got my 50-point inspection videos. I put them out Wednesdays and Fridays. Basically, it's a beer review, if you want to call it that. And then I show a beer, I pour a beer, and talk about it. Talk about what I'm getting out of it. My palate may not be the best. I may not know every single fruit, flower, and vegetable out there and what they taste like, but I do my best. It's all an interpretation. The flavors and aromas that hops give off are the interpretation, anyways, of the real thing. So then we got this pureed fruited sours, which actually have fruit pure in them, and there's no mistaking what the hell those are. But anyways, I put a score to them based off a 0 to 50 score, going from the appearance of the brew, the aromatics it's giving off, how close it is to what the hop should be giving off, the malt notes, everything like that. Flavors, same thing with the balance and all that stuff. The body of the beer, if I feel it's appropriate for what the style is, and just how the beer is coming off, basically. I mean, sometimes the body can, maybe it's not appropriate, but it might be working well with everything else that's going in conjunction with it. My overall score, and then you come out with this score that's something between 0 and 50. Just another scoring mechanism between, you have the 100 scores, you have the 0 to 10 scores, you have those 0 to 5 scores. That's all it is. But it's a bumpy 50-point inspection, and look forward to it. I got a Modest Man coming out tomorrow. If you guys have been intrigued by Modest Man at all, look forward to that video. Then I have my live stream, my one and only live stream now, on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, Bumpy Road Brewery, and it is new brew. To join up a panel, just bring a beer that you've never had before. It doesn't have to be a brand new beer like just came out. It's just got to be something that you've never had before. Everybody's welcome to join up. It's a little bit of a different live stream beer tasting thing. A little bit off air, everybody can kind of talk
Laid back a bit.
if they want. Yeah. Last night's show went a little bit more structured than planned because everybody was very polite for some reason, and just let everybody talk, and nobody interrupted anybody, and it just goes kind of like, is it my turn type thing. It doesn't always go that way. But then, there will be some questions. Either, I'll be asking some questions, in which the panel, I'll go through, I'll ask a question out everybody in the panel to answer. And panel members can ask questions. People in the chat can ask questions. So join up if you have questions to ask. If I see a question and I think it's something good to ask of the panel, we'll throw it up there. I think Tommy Carroll had another one last night, which was actually ended up being my question, because I have no question. I don't go into this with a fixed question typically, so it's a bit nerve-wracking for me every show. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going to go on. So we're just going to do it. I'm going to bring a beer I've never had, and I don't know what's going to go on. It's just the show, and I'm always relieved afterwards. And then I drink myself silly and go to bed. Gin. I'm drinking a gin drink right now. I just poured some
gin.
Yeah, gin from Glendorf.
Glendalough.
This is a wild Irish gin. They have fresh wild mountain flora in it, and the aromas. I mean, you get the juniper, you get that kind of piney note, that lemon-esque note. It's a bit floral, spicy. I sense a little bit of like a blackberry, kind of winter-esque spices. If you think of like blackberry pies, different spices that might go into pies and stuff like that. It's kind of what's in the aroma of this one. It's not bad. It was a pretty cheap gin, actually. It was $29.99 for the 750 ml, which isn't bad.
They do whiskey as well, Bumpy.
Yeah, I can pour a little bit of this. Sorry this is going so long. I'm just trying to do a piece to the lovely chat. So I poured a little bit. We'll do a straight shot. That opens it up, actually, versus smelling through the bottle where it's here at the bottom of the bottle already, because it's such a small bottle. Yeah, it's more bright. There's some citrus notes and stuff coming through as well. Very nice smelling gin.
Bottoms up.
Man, the table almost fell down on me.
They do an Irish whiskey as well, Bumpy. Have you seen that?
They make an Irish whiskey?
Yeah, Glendalough. Yep.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that. I'm not a big whiskey person, just because whiskey makes me go most of the time. Gin
It makes me do that too.
Yeah, no, it's nice. This is one of those ones you can do a shot of, like I just did. So I base this as it's a good gin to buy. It's got some nice aromas, nice flavors to it. You're definitely getting the juniper. A lot of people don't like gin because they're like, oh, I'm just gonna be drinking floor cleaner, it's lemon pine sol. No, I mean, if you're buying the cheap ass shit, yeah, maybe. You get a little bit of that. I mean, it's definitely going to be piney from the juniper. But if you like IPAs and stuff, it's pretty good. This one does have a little bit of a harshness to it. A little bit of a burn.
It's bottom shelf. Just joking.
Oh no, this isn't bottom shelf. This is on top shelf. 41% ABV.
Yeah,
Okay. So we'll cap this one. It's got some good flavors. It's got some good spice notes to it. Like I said, a little bit of blackberry, along with the pine that you're gonna get. You're gonna get that out almost any gin. A little bit of pine, a little bit of lemon, but spicy-esque. A little bit blackberry pie. If you think of that one. Now this is a very expensive gin. This was what the hell did I pay for this one? This one was it was upwards in the high 50s to $60 for 750. This is a Japanese gin. It's called Itsu, ETSU, which means pleasure in Japanese. Itsu. So very nice gin. I'm not trying not to drink this one so much because I wanted to share this with John and Nelly when he comes up to
Cool
these
bottle.
parts. This one comes in at a whopping
Really?
43% ABV.
Share with that guy?
Yeah. We're making some nice gin drinks. Now this one I can tell you it's super smooth. I've had shots of this. It's super smooth. It goes down with water. So you pull up the little cork. It's a nice cork. It's got a little thing on there. Yes, you're getting the juniper berries for sure. A little bit of pine. It's a little diluted on the pine note. Lemongrass.
Poured up, big baller.
You're going to be able to take your glasses off here shortly because you'll be near and far sighted here.
Yeah, this one's just it's very inviting.
Yeah, right, Truck.
It doesn't have like the blackberry kind of flora floral type notes as the other one, but it's a bit stronger in the aromas.
Cheers.
It's nice. You can kind of smell a touch of alcohol in it, but cheers.
I love you, Bumpy.
Heck yeah, dude.
Hmm.
It's funny.
Hey, Bumpy, what do you think about Bombay gin?
God.
Bombay's not bad, but I wouldn't shoot Bombay. I wouldn't do shots of Bombay. That's definitely a mixer. Gin. Oh, this is good. Very good gin.
Nice, man.
Okay, so
Can't
I
really tell you
shared
all the
something in the
flavors out of it.
basement.
It's definitely piney and
Never mind.
lemon like. And there's some definite alcohol in there.
Did you get a new
But it
house,
does go
Clark?
down. It does go down smoother. It is, even though it's like you get that alcohol, it does go down smooth. You can kind of see maybe some legs, maybe. But
Oy.
I like to mix my gin mostly with either ginger ale or ginger beer, which is what this one's mixed with. Cheers. I hope I appease the gin review question.
Do you have any more you would like to review?
You and
Yeah.
You sure did, man.
it's
That
cold
was-
gin
why-
time again.
Why not push this to a 3-hour live stream? Sorry.
Might
guys.
as well, you know. Might as well.
Just
might
an
as
hour
well.
of gin reviews.
Yeah, dude. Just keep it going, man.
Going. You got any more, Bumpy?
So good. I do have some E and J brandy. Yeah, so
It's not gin.
got some homemade moonshine. This is
Oh,
apple
now
pie.
he's bottling it with mason
Oh
jars.
my god.
He's
All right,
pickling something.
Move on.
Here. Thanks, man. All right, Thrash.
I've
Oh,
drunk
you
enough.
got some.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
in the basement. So a little bit of faith I can talk over the top. She's turned 1 in October, and right now I'm starting to ramp up massive training for her right now. So I've been working head over heels on
Oh, she's
on a
playful.
lot of groundwork right now. So I'm going to start getting some videos down on more groundwork with her. And I've been out there 6 days a week at a minimum. So working with her, but she's starting to get it. She's got to get her out of that child mind. But yeah, that's what's happening right now. As soon as I can do it, I'm going to be doing some more barbecue videos and hopefully have a brew day here shortly. So
Nice.
see if I can make something that has the real smell of horse blanket, maybe a good saison.
Yeah, dude. Heck yeah, and have it right by your pony. By your
Yeah,
horse.
I'll just ferment it in her paddock. But yeah, that's my
dude.
baby. That's Faith. That goes out to Tommy. Tommy's always making comments. Thank
Oh,
you.
nice.
Appreciate
Cool.
it.
Beautiful
All right.
horse, man. She's
Enjoy.
getting big.
Thought I'd have something over the top.
Nah, cool,
I didn't have
man.
any
Right
bottles
on.
of gin near me, so
If you
It's all
want.
you
Oh
eat.
no, I'm not sending gin to the mail. Never
It's all
mind.
you guys now, so it's your spotlight.
you go to jail for a long time then.
Okay, so
Why
now
are you-
we're gonna review all
Oh
of
shit! God, I gotta bring that up.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Oh my
all of
god!
these at once right now.
Are you doing 1 ounce pours?
You gonna down them all like lemon?
Oh,
God dang!
And then you gotta
Wow.
do
it's
A
a
mix of
Buffalo
each.
Trace chug. Shout out to the Buffalo Trace band.
I have to get it like a Uber to the hospital afterward.
Yeah, really. It's all right. I got it.
Uh,
I can drive myself there. I'm just kidding. Don't drink and drive, people.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah,
Not a
Unless
good
don't
you're
idea.
already
let Bumpy
driving.
drive you anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Drive me. I gotta get home, sir.
All right. So is it
another
my
5
time?
hours.
All right. So shout
It
out.
is your turn.
So shout out to Thomas Metal, 75 tomorrow, Wednesday, 7:30. Wild Card Wednesday.
Yep.
Don't be a douche. That's his slogan. Bring any liquor, beer. malt beverage, anything like that, go hang out with him. Talk about what you're bringing. Shout out to Rontario for teaching me a bunch about what I know about beer. Shout out to all you guys for bringing me into the beer community, hanging out with me off air, and for me personally, I just got beer reviews, liquor reviews. I got a long list of stuff that I got to do. Trying to come up with a nice live stream for like my own topic, a certain time that's not stepping on any toes or anything. Something I was thinking about maybe doing like a podcast and also doing some live stream reviews with the beer community. If anybody on the group chat, wants to message me, maybe do a live stream review with me. We can grab the same beer. And I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, reviews and trying to come up with my own live stream, and just pretty much work with everybody. If you guys want to do a live stream together, it could be on your channel, it could be on mine, whatever you want to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So everybody knows. Well, everybody here knows because I probably said it 7 times. But I do my reviews because it's a hobby, and I like reviewing beer. I like reviewing liquor, and I don't like spending my money on crap. So I know my opinion might not be the same as yours. So I'll tell you, if you don't like this, then don't buy this, and if you do like this type of stuff, then buy it. So yeah, that's pretty much how I run my channel. It's all out of my own pocket. I don't make any money. I don't have a PayPal or Patreon and stuff like that. I'll probably do that maybe down the line, but for the most part, like I said, it all comes out of my own pocket, and I know how it feels to spend some hard-earned cash on something that you don't like, or you got to do a drain pour, or and just kind of looking out for everybody and doing reviews and having a good time doing it, hanging out with the community here. Very welcoming community. If there's anybody else that's watching, and maybe you want to start your own YouTube channel, and maybe you want to dive into the beer world or liquor world, whatever it is, because usually I actually I've been doing more beer reviews since I met these guys, and I was kind of bouncing back and forth, but I'll definitely have some whiskey reviews up. Thrash just got me a really cool T-shirt over
Yeah,
here.
thank you for the one you got me too.
So yeah, it was a barrel proof T-shirt. So I'm gonna try to do a barrel proof whiskey review in honor of Thrash. So the Larceny, I think it's C920. It's pretty old. It's from 2 years ago. But I'm gonna try to get that out because I'm sure there's still maybe some bottles floating around there. It's a pretty good bottle for around $50. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get that out. Maybe do some other barrel proof reviews. I feel like if I do a barrel proof review, it's got to be with that T-shirt. So yeah, cheers. Thanks for having me, Beer Man. Bumpy on Mondays. Miscellaneous. Go check him out Thursday. Thrash. Check him out. His So you have you have like a horse farm? Is that what it is?
My wife and I have 2 horses, and we keep them boarded out at one barn, which is where we do liberty training with them, and then we also go to 2 other barns. We do rescue work. One is Edwards Animals.
That's awesome.
And then the other one is Terrell and Horse Rescue. So we go help and rehabilitate horses that have been abused.
I like that. I actually so these bottles over here, these bottles Redwood Empire, for every bottle you buy, they plant a tree.
Cool.
There's High West bourbon, their American Prairie bourbon. Every bottle they sell goes towards the American Prairie fund or something. So it's pretty much along the same lines as like what you do, supports animals and wildlife and stuff like that. And whiskey's really cool because like they have a lot of releases, and it'll be like I actually have a bottle on the back. You can't really see it, but it was a certain portion of the sales goes towards ALS. So I'd like to see a lot more beer breweries do stuff like that. Let's support funds like that and keep it going. And that'll be a good reason to spend your money. And I'm sure a lot of people appreciate people doing that. So
Exactly, man. Good job, man.
thank you.
Nice.
Oh, Tanner.
Cheers, man. Cheers, Tanner. Thank you. All right.
Oh, and Tanner, both of those horses that we own are adopted from the rescue. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome for you for doing that.
So they're adopted of horse.
Of course, Bumpy has to take a great heart-filled moment.
God damn it.
Let's see what
Bumpy Road.
And that's what gin does for you there, Anaki.
So yeah, cheers everybody. Thanks for having me.
All right. Cheers, man.
Gin and
Cheers.
juice.
Thank you. It's good having you with us, man. It's good having you with us. So, shit. Tomorrow, Wednesday. Well, let's do this first. Tuesday next week. Let's keep it open, man. It's an open table.
Yeah.
I didn't think of a style this right now, so I'm not going to go there. Sometimes they're hard to find, you know. Let's just keep an open table. This one, so at the same time, 8:00 Eastern for that, 5:00 Pacific next Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be another. Tomorrow will be a barley wine at 5:00. Wait, what? 3, 4, 5, 6:00 Eastern, 3:00 my time. Bring a barley wine of choice, English or American style. Yeah, and so be the second one, and we'll have 2 more after that. And we try to go about a month in. If we can't find any more, I'll stop it and we'll just do something else. I don't want to make it so we can't have a show. But yeah. And other than that, I just put up a really cool, actually, a West Coast IPA review of a very good one from Boneyard. Check that out. It got a 97. I'll just give that away. But it was really good. Really good triple. Yes, West Coast IPAs can be triple. They can be quadruple. So can East Coast and New England's and all that stuff. So, I've never had a quadruple New England though, or a triple. Wow, that would be interesting.
Neither have I, and apparently it's all the same.
You can't do a triple backflip after you had a triple.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, a little numb, and then with some gin, you'd be just fine.
Small fact.
No, but yeah, that's it, man. Just look out for stuff there on my end. I don't know if you guys mentioned Alex's show. Did you? Or he's doing figs.
I never can remember what Food Friday is, so I just I always have to ask Bumpy. Like, Food Friday is.
I know. I'm not there regularly, so I have to ask.
Go figure Newton.
Figure
Newton.
It's Fig Newtons, huh?
Yeah, Fig Newtons. And Beer Man was asking if he could do Apple Newtons.
It probably wants fig, which would call for a Belgian style beer or something like that, or on that.
You can get fig out of some nice imperial
barley wines, or
you could do a double with that too.
You could do doubles, yeah. You could go
stouts, imperial stouts, barrel aged,
imperial stouts, yeah.
That's where Alex is going.
Raisin and fig.
Yeah, he's already got that CBS lined up.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's got that big old bomber.
Yeah, he's never gonna open that. It's gonna be
he said he's gonna go buy another one so he can save that one.
They're on the show.
Yeah, he's gotta age that, dude. He's had that aging for like 5 years, dude.
I can actually find a 2019 Bumpy, so small bottles. I found out where I can get them at, so I might find one.
Okay, well, I'm not opening mine until September of 2022.
I got time. That's good.
I got the sticker.
Yeah, you got a sticker on yours, Bumpy.
Yeah, it's still sitting there.
So don't you dare!
I think
I can get some more that
have
2018.
I'm so proud of it.
But no problem,
I can get some 2018. The vanilla Bourbon County. That's still up for sale at this place. I can get some Marshall Zukov. Some aged bomber, Cigar City.
I didn't care for the Marshall. I was super excited about having it. And I found it, and it was like, nah.
So would the figgy and the raisinic kind of expression come from the malts and the yeast, like a 120 caramel or something like that or I don't know. I'm just talking dark like.
You get it dark like that, depending on the yeast too, because I've seen it where, you get real raisin and prune and dark fruits and stuff from the yeast too,
Right, right.
So I think they all combo together, in those
Mhm.
types of beers too.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, no question is a dumb question.
Oh no, huh?
Cheers, Shark. Yeah, thanks, Brian. Right on.
The good news is hops do not give off a prune or dark fruit type
No.
flavor. So if you're getting that in your beer, it's not coming from the hops.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that'd be gross, kind of.
There is a hop out there that does give off a cherry note, though. So
Cherry. Wow.
And it's a female hop.
yeah, I'm gonna.
Do you
find
know the
that
name
hop.
of that?
That would be a good hop to use in a stout.
You have to
We used
pop
give
it
off
every
cherry
year.
notes.
You have to pop the cherry every year.
God damn. All right, that sounds
I'm
fun.
gonna find it.
Okay. I'm enjoying that in my mind.
Beer man's like, I gotta grow that one. I gotta grow that hop. This time I'll get the spiders off of it. I swear.
Hey, Thrash, you just
Cheers,
gotta
cheers, Shark Homebrewing. Cheers to
Pop
you.
the
Thanks
hop.
for popping in. Popping in.
Popping in, popping the hopping, popping and hopping.
Yeah.
Okay. It is
You can still read.
El Dorado. El Dorado. can
El
give
Dorado.
off
I have
cherry-
El Dorado.
can give
It's
off candy like
Read.
and cherry.
Nice.
You know what? To be completely
That's
honest,
cool.
I've had like 5 pounds of El Dorado hops, and out of all of it, I've usually used it as a bittering hop. I'd never used it as an aroma hop.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Like Galena. Galena's more of a bittering, isn't it?
Well, you can use any hop as a bittering hop.
Alphas?
It depends on
Well, your alphas.
yeah. Yeah, and if you're doing a 60-90 or whatever boil,
Right.
yeah, I have El Dorado in my
Hmm.
freezer right now. I mean, I'm almost out of it because I've been trying to get through it because it's starting to get old. I keep it frozen, but
Can I give you a whoever wants to take it, because 3 of us here are homebrewers.
Yes.
Space Cowboy IPA. Space Cowboy IPA with El Dorado and Galaxy. Go.
Galaxy's a great hop too.
Yes.
Galaxy's a great aroma and flavor hop.
Where's Space Cowboy from? Who does that? Boulevard?
No,
Alicia-
Space Cowboy. That's a song. Like,
Oh,
from the song.
He's saying
But
that
you think about El Dorado, you think of
Yeah.
horses and
Yeah.
cowboys, and then Galaxy is space, so a Space Cowboy.
There you go. Yep.
El Dorado and Galaxy.
what is that? It's a stout aged in
Wow.
one. Beer man's bringing you up.
There we go. Oh, damn it, Birch. Don't come in here
With
again.
peanut
you
butter and
bastard.
chocolate. Oh wow, milkshake.
Oh, I
and
can't even
Cheetos.
stop you. You
Wow,
hacked
11
into my
point
shit.
is there lactose in that? Miscellaneous?
Oops. Now he has to drink it.
Is there lactose in it?
It's lacking toast.
11.6.
Very milk chocolatey brown.
Look at that.
Wow, looks good.
Look at you. Yeah.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
it's brown.
Cascadey kind of thing.
It's an upside down snowstorm.
Almost looks like puree.
Try that again.
It's an upside down snowstorm.
It's weird. Yeah, the head is weird on that.
Super weird, dude.
Is there lactose in it, Miscellaneous?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it looks good. What
How do
brewery?
you- what's the
that.
date
I'll
on
try it.
that? I'm curious.
Oh, this is not old.
It's like R.L. Stein in a glass.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
That's
Oh,
cool
yeah.
artwork, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
I like
This
that.
Someone was
is best
high.
by September 24th, 2022. It's at 11.6% milkshake imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels with peanut butter and chocolate.
Who makes that?
This is a collab between Collective Arts and Ludwig.
Oh, that's cool.
Lurvig.
I'll have to look for that one. That looks
I
good.
don't know, Ludwig.
Or Rig. Russian.
Oh, that's
Not
Lurvig.
Russian to me.
Yeah, I've seen Lurvig before. That's from what? Yeah, you said Norway or something, or Sweden, or aren't they from like fucking some other country?
Well, they're not from the States.
They're peanut butter.
They're peanut butter?
Miss Piggy, what's up?
Oh shit! All right, guys, we're out, man. Let's do this. It's 2:10. This is the longest show we've ever had in my lives of doing this.
Thanks for the gin review.
You turned this into a...
Yeah, this is like a Monday night, man.
This is like a new brew.
God damn, I wasn't trying to emulate that.
2 Mondays in a row.
Let's go. Let's go on with this. Let's get on with it.
All right, everybody grab your back scratcher.
Let me turn this banner off. Smash that like, hit that subscribe, guys. Thanks to the chat. Thanks to the panel, of course. You're always welcome here, and I love that you're here all the time. So show up with some cheese and beer next week. Open table, and let's do it again next week.
I married my back scratcher, and then it's
hell yeah, dude. I'm about to marry mine. I need to get a ring for her. I'm already
fit on one of its fingers.
Like 2 eyes. I'm a Mormon now. Okay, so you guys take it easy. Thanks. Miscellaneous brew reviews. I just want to say beer. Bumpy Road Brewery, Thrash Live, freaking East Coast LQ reviews, and Beerman. Subscribe and like this live show today. Subscribe if you haven't already. And chat, of course. You guys are wonderful as always. So much love to you guys, and we're out of here. Let me get my fucking brand thing. Hold on a second. Let me just do this real quick. How about that? Cheers.
Cheers, motherfucker.
All right. And then there's a big old fucking thing.
Boom. That's how you get jerky out.
And that's how that happens.
Tiny head.
All right, we're out of here. Cheers.